We're approaching the end of the month, and now the Pokemon rumors come to a head. Will the games be revealed, or will they fade away? What's going on, everybody? It's Zach with Switchforce. Gabe is here. Emily Rogers and a number of others have hinted for weeks now that May would be the month where we finally got our Pokemon Switch announcement. We've heard about Let's Go Pikachu. We've heard about Let's Go Eevee. We've pieced together slight references from official Pokemon Twitter accounts. We've seen domain registrations. And again, we hear leakers say that it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. Even today, we get a tweet from the Project Eevee Twitter account saying something in regards to wait for tomorrow, but it's probably just coincidence. The question is, does it all matter? Will it amount to an actual reveal, or are we spinning our gears?
Zach, do you think that this thing's being revealed this week? I am at a complete crossroads. I do not feel confidently one way or another. I don't think that there's no chance it gets announced. I also don't think that, hey, it has to get announced. I'm so conflicted by this, and we've said this before. I kind of want this to be over. I just want the games to be announced, so we can just talk about the games and stop talking about this hyperbole and hype that's just building up. What's your take on it?
There's so many different factors here, and I don't feel like it all is one or the other. Like, I feel like some of it definitely is accurate, and like obviously the domain registrations aren't fudged. All of the Pikachu and Eevee, tweets and references from official Pokemon accounts aren't fudged. But I feel like at this point, people are grasping at straws. I mean, we've seen some Twitter accounts that straight up just make up stuff. I wanted to reference this post. There's a Reddit post this morning. It's called Rumor Pokemon Kanto Reboot Confirmed by Toys R Us Canada. And it is a picture of an aisle at Toys R Us where they have a bunch of Eevee and original series Pokemon plushes lined up. Guys.
But, I mean, he's clearly joking, though. Like, that's more a joke.
Is he?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
I don't think so.
I feel like stuff like that is, like, just people, like, playing into it and joking. I don't think he's, like...
I think it's grasping at straws. I think there is such desperation for these games to be unveiled, and I think a lot of it does go back to these rumors and leaks that, at this point, do seem to line up that something happens before May. I saw a really interesting post from Leaky Pandy saying
Before June.
Yeah, well, that would be May.
You said before May, so before May would be...
before the end of May, yeah. Leaky Pandy was saying, it's interesting because Emily Rogers has been a really, by all accounts, a valuable source of information, and she hedged a lot of, I guess, some may argue her credibility on this Pokemon thing, but he also reminded people that dates change, right? Internal plans change, and information that may have been true may no longer be true, and that doesn't mean that it's a BS leak or just a fabrication. I guess to the original point, I still think it's getting revealed
this week.
I still think there's way too much smoke. Let me. Is there any doubt in your mind that it doesn't get revealed by E3, or do you think it's even possible that it gets pushed beyond that?
I mean, I would say it's possible. I don't think so. I definitely think it gets revealed before E3. I mean, that's... Like you said, there's so much smoke. That's kind of what we have to believe, just based off whatever little information we have.
Yeah, I think it 100% is getting revealed either before or during E3. I don't think there's a scenario where we get past the week of, June 10th and don't hear about this thing. But I wouldn't be surprised. I'm very aware. For years, you always hear about E3 plans adjusting and changing, and depending on, how things are progressing or what's ready or not, there is the potential that maybe it was going to be May and then it shifts.
You said 0% chance that the end of the Nintendo E3 Direct, whatever they're calling it now, you think there's a 0% chance that ends and we hear nothing about Pokemon?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
I think because there are things that aren't just supposition, right? Obviously, we look at things like, Pokemon Kanto at Toys R Us. Yeah, okay. We look at some of the Gen 8 starters, they're all proven fake. Yeah, okay.
Let me touch on this because I feel like someone's going to touch on it in the comments. Toys R Us is, like, filing for bankruptcy. Like, they're going, like, out of business. I don't think they're getting any new inventory. So I don't think that they have, like, any knowledge of what's coming. Like, they're, like, done. As far as I know, unless, like, they did say this is Toys R Us Canada. Maybe that works a little bit different than US, so I want to make that clear as well. But As far as we know, Toys R Us is done. They're not they're like trying to sell everything they currently have. They're not getting new stuff. So no, they are not promoting whatever this next Pokemon thing is going to be. That thing to me is clearly a joke. So I wanted to be sure to be clear about that just before anyone else says it.
To me, I think it's most interesting, and I don't know if we ever get this known. I think if certain things line up and it is revealed this week, then there is confirmation. But to me, what's very interesting is, has Pokemon been teasing this for a while, or is it all just we're reading into it? And it looks so much like it is intentional, and that's what has me believe that it is coming this week. But
dude,
it's
oh my god, I'm so sorry.
The reason we believe it's intentional is because of rumors, not because of any actuality. Like, the only reason we think that these Pikachu and Eevee things are so magical and like, oh my god, Inception, is because of rumors that we don't even know are accurate.
Okay, I'm sorry about cutting you off. That was very awkward, but I want I'm very forgetful, so I want to get things out before I forget them. So what I wanted to say was, Zach, is there a scenario where, like, hey, Pikachu and Eevee, they're just like cute, like Pokemon, right? As far as like selling like plushies and things like that, Pikachu and Eevee are two of the more recognizable ones. I'm sure if we look back at marketing 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you would see that Pikachu and Eevee have maybe always been prevalent.
Right.
So is there any chance that, like, hey, like, none of this is even real, and like someone just masterminded this whole thing where they're like, hey, like, let's say it's a Pikachu and Eevee thing because they're always together anyways. Like, those are two of their big mascots. Like,
right.
So I'm not saying that Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee like aren't the games. I think they are, but I'm not completely closed off to the fact that they're not. Like, you 100% think that this is it. These are the games.
Right, and I guess I've been a little bit, trying to see both sides, but here's where I'll take a turn. The domain registration thing confirms to me that this is what's going on. And as much as Eevee is a cutesy character, there has never been a push or a focus in this way. And you do look back and you say the domains, the rumors, the posts that pair these characters together. I don't know if you want to make a bet here, Gabe, but I am going to put my prediction on the line that it's all real, it has been intentional, and these games do get revealed this week.
Yeah, I'm not willing to like bet anything because I also think that these are the games. I do.
I will bet you my ship. Let's do a good old Han Solo, Lando Calrissian.
Sure. You can have
battle here.
You can have my imaginary ship. Absolutely.
Okay, good.
Yeah, but I'm not like you. The one thing where I differ is like I don't feel certain that this is getting announced this week like everyone else seems to. But, again, they have information I don't. Like,
I also think Emily Rogers has been wrong, but there is a confidence with which this specifically has been conveyed that, man, that poster, while I agree with Leaky Pandy, like, hey, we shouldn't just trash someone because they got something wrong. Like, in no way do I advocate for any negativity of that sort. But you do risk reputation. I don't know how much Emily Rogers really cares about reputation or whatnot, but she has established herself as some sort of notable figure within the industry, or at least within the Nintendo community. She has a big role on Reset Era. Her Twitter account and her blog are, trafficked. I don't know that you just nonchalantly throw that credibility out the window with an offhanded comment. I think that this thing is out this week.
Let's pick a day. What day do you think it happens?
See, and that's the thing. Do they do a non-announcement announcement, or do they do an announcement of an announcement? Like, are they going to give us a heads up, or do we just all of a sudden there's a 3-minute Pokemon video on Nintendo's YouTube channel, or how does that work? Do you have a take on that first?
Sure. I think this is big enough that it's going to need a direct. That's my thought at least. I could completely.
But does it get an announcement? Like,
yeah. We get a tweet saying like, "Hey, tune in tomorrow at this time for a Pokemon Direct." Like, they've done that like a lot. So, yeah. If I'm Nintendo, that's what I'm doing. I want a little bit of attention on this thing.
So I'm gonna say,
how nervous are you if like it's Thursday and we haven't heard anything?
Thursday's May 31st. Okay, there's been a lot of buzz around the 29th. There's some numerology there with all of this stuff. So I'm going to say that we get the announcement of the Direct on the 29th, and then the actual thing on the 30th.
Dang. All right, so then they were really like pushing this. They said, hey, it's going to be revealed in May. Woo.
I mean, you don't have many options at this point. It's the 27th, so you got four.
Yeah, it's coming
four
down
choices.
to the wire. All right.
And tomorrow's Memorial Day. I don't know that they do anything, on a U.S. holiday. So you're down to really 3 chances. I don't know. I like. To me, if this doesn't happen, I'm just like, okay, all hands on deck for E3. Full steam ahead to E3. It doesn't really affect me. I've seen a lot of comments like, oh my God, people are going to be so pissed. People are going to be so upset. We've been all getting riled up for nothing. And I will say that, one, the riling is being done by us, not by Nintendo or Pokemon Company or Game Freak or anything. 2, and we've talked about this off air, Gabe, I genuinely feel it is a very small percentage of the Pokemon player base that is into this stuff. I think it's single-digit percentage of people that play the Pokemon games that are actively and aggressively following this on Twitter. So I think grand scheme, this whole rumor roller coaster we've been on matters very little.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with you as far as that goes. And yeah, single digits, I think, a percentage of people that play those games eventually care about any of this. No one is over here looking at Reddit threads that got deleted. No, that's just us.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, yeah, I think announcement on the 29th, and then the actual presentation on the 30th. Yeah,
No, I'm laughing at my own thoughts because I'm like, okay, what if Nintendo wants to be extra silly and they say, hey, we're gonna announce, tune in for a direct at 11:45 p.m. on the 31st, and it's 15 minutes long. So they show it right at the last 15 minutes of May. That would be funny.
Here's the other thing. I don't think Nintendo cares as much as we think they do. I don't think that they have this grand marketing ARG style plot to plant these seeds. I think maybe they did have fun. I think maybe the people over, working on the game did have fun. Ooh, let's put Pikachu and Eevee together. Let's have it's kind of like a silly tease. We can't say anything, but we want to. But I don't think this is some master plot of we're gonna make them think there's an announcement and then we're gonna pull the rug out from I really don't think that on either side of the coin, on the positive, oh, we're crafting this so magically, or on the negative, haha, we're trolling them. I really don't think Nintendo cares. So if it doesn't happen this week, it's going to be at E3.
And then it doesn't happen at E3?
No, Gabe, that's not possible. I really don't think. Okay, to me, that would be maybe the biggest. Hyperbole, right? But that might be the biggest stunner that I've experienced in my gaming industry life. Right. If Pokemon wasn't revealed, if it's July and we're well, Mario Tennis is really cool, can't wait for Smash. Pokemon? That to me is bonkers. I don't know, I can't think of anything. Remember when I thought that the NX was coming out in 2016? Mm-hmm. And I was very confident? Mm-hmm. I'm more confident about this than I was that.
Yeah, but, yeah, sure. I have nothing to say about that.
It didn't happen.
Yeah, well, that's what I was going to say, but every time I say that...
Of course not. But, yeah. But I'm just saying, so to me, this would be a bigger shock. Again, and I want to touch on that. To me, the greatest guidance here is not Emily Rogers, it's not rumors, it's not May, it is the domain registration, when it happened, when it occurred. That is undeniable evidence that something is right around the corner, right? That does not happen. They legit registered Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.com and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.com.
They did.
So, come on. We'll see you this week. I think it's happening. Let us know your take in the comments down below if you feel like it is happening, or if you feel like it's E3, or if you feel like it's not happening at all. Let's get your predictions in here. Let's play a big community game and see who's got this right. I say announce on the 29th, reveal on the 30th. Gabe, your final say is?
Yeah, again, there's not a lot of days to pick from, so I'm kind of just going to pick it back off of you.
All right. So we're going 29 and 30. What are you guys going? Let us know in the comments down below. Toys R Us may not be telling us anything, but I think these domains are where you should place your faith. And hey, Emily Rogers, whether she's right or wrong, we appreciate what she does, and I don't think she deserves anything. But again, she seemed pretty darn confident. So that's my backup evidence right there. And then the third pair of evidence is all the stuff from the Twitter accounts, the Pikachus and the Eevees. I don't believe, though, that the one today about, rest up for tomorrow has anything to do with any of this. But apparently it's a common Japanese expression that was translated partially incorrectly. In the meantime, though, let's see who's correct. Let us know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest and greatest from the Switch, and maybe a surprise announcement this week. If not, we'll have you covered at E3. We're going. We hope that you'll join us. So follow us on Twitter and Discord for up-to-the-minute updates. Thank you again for watching. Fantastic day and a great week. We love you. For myself and Gabe, Switch Force, out.